17-3 at the half. The Hawkeyes get 2 defensive scores, an interception return, a fumble recovery for a touchdown, and Ross Peterson. Dare I say this? That's like what we call breathing room at halftime.
Yeah, right. As my buddy Adam Ben said, the over is trending right now.
It is.
You said all week long that you thought that the over, you kind of gave me that look as I was telling people, oh, this is going to be a 10-3 game, which it would be a 3-3 game if it was for 2 amazing plays by this defense again.
Yeah, I mean, the defense, and that's what we're going to have to count on, I think, the rest of the season, right? This defense will carry this Iowa football team. It's carried it so far to a 2-1 record, probably going to carry it to a 3-1 record. I mean, if your defense scores twice, I don't care who you are, your odds of winning that football game go way up.
Yeah, Trav, that's it. And this defense that doesn't allow long drives, except for at Iowa State. Doesn't allow a lot of points. This 14-point lead feels like enough breathing room, and we've all seen this too. What's Kirk Ferentz do when he's got a lead at halftime? Travis, we've seen this for years. What happens here?
He gets really conservative and tries to just milk that clock and get the hell out of Piscataway as fast as he can.
Take the air out of the ball, man. And so, okay, let's focus on some positives here. Spencer Petras does what we thought he might be able to do after last week, goes deep again and throws a really nice ball to Sam Laporta. Yeah,
Laporta is his target. He feels comfortable with Sam Laporta. You can see that. When you look at the numbers, time of possession is about even. The total offense is about even. It's those turnovers that have been just damaging for Rutgers. I think that, besides Spencer Petras, I really think a bright spot has been Caleb Johnson. I really do. 10 carries, 59 yards. He's averaging 6 yards a pop. When he's just kind of established himself as the go-to running back, and I like watching him on the field.
A lot of speed at the hole, Travis.
Yeah.
It's that fluid, real easy-looking running style as he moves forward, and he moves always looks like he's running north and south. So not a big guy, but seems to run bigger than he is. We saw that last week too. It's great to see that against a Big Ten opponent.
Spencer Petras, 7 of 10. That's serviceable, right? You got 98 yards. You're efficient at this point, right? And he hasn't had to do many big things because the defense has bailed him out, but it's not horrible. I will say this, and I think we've known, and I could be wrong, but at times the offensive line looks really good. At times there's breakdown. You can see they're getting better. Not perfect, they're getting better.
So one of the plays, Travis, that they got kind of knocked for looking bad, I think was play design. The rollout where Petras got lit up pretty good, where nobody lays a hand on that left end. The entire line moved. It was the design of the play was to be a misdirection. The entire line from the snap sprinted to the left. Petras rolled out to the right, unprotected, and got smoked out there. And they said, "Oh boy, he came in on." And then I'm listening to Gary and Ed, but they're like, "Man, he came in totally untouched." I think it was the play, and that's just a good read on the defense.
John says offense shows some promise, but need more to be more competitive against Michigan next week. It does show promise. Call me crazy and maybe call me a naysayer. I don't think this Rutgers defense is as good as advertised.
I just thought you were going to say, call me crazy. I'm convinced that Michigan's going to kill the Hawkeyes.
No. But I mean, this offense is playing better from Caleb Johnson, even Spencer Petras. I just don't know if this Rutgers defense is as good as advertised coming in, especially against the run, where it's already given up. Let's see, hold on. It's already given up quite a bit of yards rushing already. They've given up, let's see, over 100 or 51 yards rushing so far. I mean, I think during the season only 67, and I think they're going to go for more than that. So I don't know.
Yeah, you're right, Travis. I mean, and Michigan's going to be a better defense. Both units will be better next week than what we're seeing right now. This defense has been so good. The Hawkeye
has been.
I'm willing to put them up against anybody right now. So
I'm with you. Sam says 2 more safeties. You can put this thing to bed, and he might be right. He might actually be right.
I said at the beginning of when we did our broadcast before the game, I said it might be the first one to 14 wins. That Hawks are the first team to 14. So Yeah, I think I'm comfortable with this lead right now, Trav.
Yeah, I am too. I mean, that sounds weird to say 17-3. You got a whole half of football to go. You know, neither team has convinced me, especially Rutgers, that it's going to put a couple drives together and tie this thing up. I'm with you. I think Kirk Ferentz gets conservative. Now, watch, will be completely wrong to come out and throw the football over the place. I don't think that's going to happen. They'll just try to get out of there with a nice, safe win and then move on to Michigan. But it's 17-3 at the half. A quick reminder of what's coming up. So the rest of the game's coming up on News Radio 1040 WHO. After the game, we're thinking right around 11 o'clock because that first half actually took longer than I thought it was going to.
Couple injuries.
I thought it was going to be just ground and pound and we'd be done in 2.5 hours. That's not going to be the case. So I expect us to get on the air right around 11 o'clock tonight with the Jethro's Barbecue Sound Off. We'll be on the air till 1 o'clock in the morning. Again, that's around 11 o'clock to 1 o'clock in the morning. Taking your phone call so you can sound off on what we think will be a Hawkeye win to get them ready for the Michigan Wolverines next week. Ross, you look good in that hat, and I know you're probably getting ready to go fishing. It's your fishing hat.
Yeah, I've got a couple fishing hats. This is probably the one that's going to go fishing with me next week. Yeah, Eli's really excited, man. He's going with me. He's going to be catching some walleye.
You're a good dad. You're pulling your kid out of school to go fishing. I like that.
Absolutely.
You know why? Because school is overrated. It is more. He'll learn more on this fishing trip than he will sitting in the classroom. I promise you that.
I'll tell you what, this will be our third one. I've learned more about him on these fishing trips than I do the other 362 days of the year.
Put this up. Dustin says, you two are the hardest working men in radio. I don't know about that.
Thank you, Dustin. We appreciate that. It's not hard work. We sit here and watch the games with our friends. Look at what I'm doing today. I want to show this. It's not just my son. My daughter was here. There's Tony. There's Ed. There's Bency. I got a little party going on here.
You do have a party going on.
Tim in there. Is Tim in there? I don't think Tim's in there, is he?
I don't see him. I can't see him, no.
Well, but normally Tim's right there. Tony's got a bunch of games fired up on these computers right here. This is my broadcasting stand.
Kyle says we need more pineapple talk. That's not fit for WHO. Mick says Trav needs to kill the overhead lights. He's blinding us. How's that?
Oh wow! I didn't even notice how bright.
If I shut the lights off, I don't. It's not like I have like professional lighting in here.
Yeah, your head is really bright though because of how bald you are.
Gee, thank you. I appreciate that. Your haircut makes it look like you grew hair.
I did. I mean, I got all my hairs cut. Eli, stop. Eli loves it when you burn me. I remember when your kids were about Eli's age, and they used to love it. When I would come over to your house and I would roast you. They'd be like, oh my gosh, nobody talks to our dad this way. This is amazing to hear somebody roast our dad. You burn me. And Eli's like, oh, I love Trav.
I'm his hero. That's good to see. I like that a lot.
Eli just told me his friends call me Megamind.
Megamind. That's not really a compliment. You know that, right?
I know. You didn't have to remind me.
That's a good movie, though. I like that movie.
I'm leaving.
You're leaving? All right. We'll be back after the game. 17-3. Make sure to follow us on WHO Sound Off, and we'll be here after the game live on Facebook, and then, of course, the Jethro's Barbecue Sound Off from 11 o'clock to 1 o'clock on News Radio 1040 WHO. We'll see you then.